Hello and welcome to the October 2015 MTFR monthly update. I'd like to start as usual by welcoming a new member. Emad Wisa is a new live-in member at Station 204. Emad comes with experience from the Quakertown Fire Department in Bucks County, and he works locally here at Lancaster Labs, so we'd like to welcome him aboard. Some real quick fleet notes for this month. Engine 207 and Squad 207 have completed their yearly inspection and maintenance, so everything is completed with those two vehicles and they're back in the fleet. Next month in November, Squad 201 and Squad 204 will be going out for their yearly maintenance and service as well. I'd like to touch on a moment on the new LCWC radio system and the portable radios that we're using here. Deputy Chief Boyer would like me to relay a point of confusion that is coming up with the portable radios and with LCWC. What's happening is, especially on our daytime, Monday through Friday, daytime with career, live-in, or duty crew personnel, when everyone is taking a portable radio off the unit, putting it in a radio strap and carrying it for the day, then they end up riding on a different unit. So for example, if someone's taking a radio off of truck 204 and then riding on engine 204 to a call and using that portable radio, that creates some confusion in the comm center when they see that ID coming up for the truck when indeed the truck is not on the call and the engine is on the call. That will become especially critical should one of our staff members need to call a Mayday. So again, every portable radio has a unique ID. So if you're going to call a Mayday with a portable radio that's from a different unit that is not assigned to the call, that's going to create a huge issue. So again, we know it may be difficult during the daytime, but we have to ask that you try and use a portable radio that is from the unit that you are riding at that time, not necessarily take one off a unit and carry it around in your strap all day. Also, any personnel that still needs a radio strap, please see Deputy Chief Boyer as soon as possible. He still has some of those to issue out. Training notes for this month: the structural burns have obviously been canceled, and everyone should have received some notification on that the 14-15 November burns are off, and that's due to some weather issues with the burn building in Berks County. Captain Bezik's already working on some spring 2016 dates, so hopefully in the next few weeks we'll have that locked in and have that out months in advance so everyone knows what those dates are. Speaking of 2016, we'll be coming out with a training calendar that will take us through 2016, specific to 16-hour State Fire Academy courses. It's been several years since we were on a circuit of running the required grid classes here in the township, and we've started to see some people taking time out of the station and going to these classes at community colleges outside the area. So what we're going to do is try and bring those classes back into the township so all members here have the opportunity to get the required grid classes here in the township, which will allow staffing to remain at the required levels as we move forward. So look for that calendar coming out in the very near future. Lancaster Airport Drill is coming up on Monday the 16th of November. There will be some specific sign-up sheets coming out. Watch for an email from Captain Bezick on that. We will be taking units from all three stations. So again, that's Monday 16 November. That drill will be at 1800 hours. So some additional information coming out, but we do need to staff a minimum of 4 units that night. One last note on training. Training certificates that are coming to an individual's home. That is starting to become a huge problem for us from a tracking and a firehouse software perspective. Anybody that's going outside of MTFR and taking a training class at any facility through any community college is most likely receiving that certificate at their personal mailing address. We are not getting copies of those at the fire stations. So what we need to ask again is any certificate that you receive in the mail at your house and any other certificate that you get if you take an online course, a CPR course outside of MTFR, you need to make a copy of those certifications or those certificates and turn them in to Captain Bezick. That is the only record we will have of you completing that course. So it's important from a training file perspective, it's important from a documentation perspective, and it's important to the Firemen's Relief Association, which is paying for that, and during their audit process they are going to have to be able to produce that documentation in the form of a certificate that you actually completed the class that they paid for. So we again have to really press on you for that. When you receive those certificates, we need copies made and they need to be turned into Captain Bezick. 2 real quick notes again, same notes on pre-fire survey. The Fern Lane subdivision continues to move forward at a pretty quick pace off of Petersburg Road. Curbs are in, the streets are laid out. The fire hydrant is now in service. Again, I made a note last month to everyone that there is not going to be a fire hydrant in the subdivision itself because it's private. So there is now a hydrant at the corner of Fern Lane and Petersburg Road, and that hydrant is up and running. Also, the 3-story building at Worthington is totally under roof now. Everything on the exterior is done, so that building is up and running from the exterior perspective. There is interior work going on right now, and we expect occupancy there probably within the next 60 days. A couple final notes: grants for this month on Friday, the 30th of October at 10:30 in the morning at Station 204. We are having a grant presentation from U.S. Senator Toomey's office. His chief of staff will be in the station for several hours to make a grant presentation for the SAFER and AFG funds that we were awarded earlier this summer. So anyone that's interested in participating in that, please be at Station 204 on October 30th at 10:30 in the morning. Class B or C uniform would be preferable. The SAFER grant funds that we were awarded, the quarterly period, October to December, everyone should have received an email on what those volunteer retention incentives are. The period to sign up for those is now closed for this quarter. It is not a continual cycle. So everyone that has responded to us, you are on the list for either duty crew level B or come from home responder. We will open that period again the end of December for any new members that would like to get into the SAFER Incentive Reward Program for the January to March quarter. So look for that email. And one final note on the grants: next month again on the 9th and the 18th are the two dates that have been set to take a look at new hydraulic rescue equipment. There is an email, I believe, out from Captain Bezick on that as well, and there is an information sheet posted in every station. So we would encourage everyone, again, 9 and 18 November, to participate in that process of looking at two different hydraulic rescue tools so we can make a decision moving forward and be able to use those grant funds. So as usual, any questions, give us a ring. Everyone knows where to find us. Stay safe, and we'll see you again next month.